Hi, and welcome to this first episode or part of King of Cakes. We will be playing the RiverBank role-playing game, which was introduced to our community at Gen Con. We had a really great storyteller, and it was a very quaint and cozy time playing as woodland creatures in a very twee British style like village. Um, we did meet last Tuesday. I know you folks didn't see us, but we had a pretty long discussion about their characters, character creation, and just kind of like the vibe of the game in general. And I believe that our folks here have done really well in crafting characters that I think will be really interesting to see in this um, first story that we'll be telling together. So, we've played with this group in its entirety, minus, well, we had other people, but this group was a part of a larger group. Um, so we all are kind of familiar with each other, um, and are kind of. I really don't think lines and veils are going to be an issue for Riverbank RPG, but they're still on the table. We know ours. Um, that said, um, player that I want to talk about their character first. Hmm. Let's see. It's gonna be Brent. I want to hear about Brent's character. And I'll go ahead and cede the floor to you, Brent, while you tell us a bit about Reed Waters.
Okay. I wasn't prepped for this, but okay. Reed Waters, Reed Waters, uh, is a very not he's a not very sociable otter, which is strange for an otter. He is living in a nice little stilt house, you know. He loves looking out his windows and uh sitting in his living room most of the time. Who doesn't? He's a night owl. He's always out at night or busy doing something at night. Um, he is pretty chill. He's got a pretty comfy clothing style. Uh, it's very strange for some people, but he's just chilling. He's just a happy guy. He does like to go on this is assumption that I'm going to make, but I'm assuming we can swim in the water here, right? Like nobody's gonna say, "Hey, no swimming in this water." You're muted.
Yeah, totally fine. As long
Okay,
as
yeah,
it's not in kind of like the human village water or kind of near to anybody's like property, because remember you do live off the water as well,
yeah,
and don't want people swimming up to your house or
yeah.
whatever.
I got you. Yeah, he just more like a quick swim right behind his house most of the time. Just like a morning swim and a night swim, just whenever he's up and going to bed.
Okay. And so we have this wonderful map that came with the book. And I've kind of put a couple of spots where you might go. Basically, any building that doesn't have a name over it is fair game. And like from the looks of above, it kind of has its own kind of vibes. But yeah, most of the spots kind of to the eastern side of the Riverbank area are kind of human. So specifically around the village, kind of north of that, and so on. So that's why I started us out over here, because yeah, smaller homes out this way. Is the location that I've planted your token satisfactory as far as like everything that you kind of think you need for your own?
Yeah, yeah, I like
Cool.
it.
Perfect, perfect, perfect. Um, all right. Then we'll move on to um, let's do Willie Benger. Chandler, if you would.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Willie is he's a pretty small guy. Um. He's about 6 to 8 inches tall, and he loves just wearing flannels and just hardy workman gear. Uh. He's kind of weird for a bat. He had some issues growing up. that made him end up living more alone, and he lives in a little house outside of the cave dwelling for the rest of the bats. Um, his house is mostly blacked out, so he can be up when he pleases, but he's kind of shifted to being more of a daytime creature. One of his big things is he likes working on his motorcycle. He has a little motorcycle that he drives around town and he drives where he needs to go, which you can see in the picture. He wears a little leather skull cap and goggles just to facilitate that. Um, but yeah, he's a weird bat for he's going to be living alone, mostly driving around, kind of going against the normal group.
Right on. And as far as home locations, I assume that the caves would probably be north of here, kind of north of Red Square Pen. So you've moved away from them. I've put you in a location, again, not mandatory. If you can see any other like small little like houses, like there's this one right here. Um,
I will happily take what's given.
Great. Cool, cool, cool. All right. Then next up we'll do Radishan. Just John, because I'm just the guy. John, tell us about your character, Montgomery Abernathy.
Montgomery Abernathy is a he's a Scottish transplant badger. He pretty much just runs a little homestead, very self-sufficient. Has a garden, makes his own furniture, all that shit. Handyman type guy, little guy. He's got a little pill bug that someone forgot to draw,
You sure did.
but he's there. So he lives with his pet pill bug. Um,
Invisible pet bug.
yeah,
Imaginary pet
but
pill bug.
Oh, that's even more fun. Oh, there's so many options. Uh, Go ahead. Sorry, continue.
other than that, I guess this house would be okay. I pictured him more of in like a dugout house,
That's
but we could just do
basically
that
that's
at a
that's
hill.
that's basically what that is. Yeah, it's up on the hill. So it could be inside of the hill, like a hobbit hole or something, if you'd
Right,
like.
right. Yeah, something like that. Just
Absolutely.
picture the Shire.
Yeah.
But yep, he's also like the rest of these guys, a bit of a shut-in. Doesn't really talk to many people. Solitary. Talks what he needs to. Does for work and odd jobs. It's mainly what he does for around the town and stuff. But past that, he just lives alone with his pillbug dog.
Perfection. Okay, and then yeah, the house we've already discussed. So last but certainly not least, um, Zach, tell us about Shelby Collywobble.
Sure. So Shelby is actually new to the Riverbank area. They're new in town, so they have recently moved from London, where they um, were born and raised. So they have some eccentricities that make them a little bit different than some of the rest of the people in town. Opposed to everyone else here, they love nature and love the land and are constantly going out and about and talking to the people who live in Riverbank to learn more about like the history and ecology. He tends to dress very finely and speak a little bit too formally. Um, yeah, and
Okay.
he's a newt.
Yeah, you said is actually new to the town, and I was like, was that
New to the
intentional?
town. Maybe a little. Maybe that's why I picked that trait.
Perfectly played. So house-wise, I think that you kind of have more establishment than the others when it comes because I think everybody else is kind of poor, right? And then you were the only one who actually is doing well for themselves.
Well,
Like,
he built both. Like Montgomery built his house.
Sure. It's what you wanted. I get you. That's fine.
It's also I'm also comfortably off. Is the
Okay.
trait?
I think the only one who's like showing it off, I guess, then maybe would be, unless we want to switch the bat and the newt, because I distinctly remember in red, and I think Shelby's kind of the most well-to-do. Is that fair to say?
Mm.
I think
Oh
so.
yeah.
Okay.
I spend all my money on motorcycles and gambling, so it's fine. I can't have that much of a house.
I'm with you on the gambling part.
Uh,
Let's go get.
let's go gambling. So, anyways, um, so that property is sufficient. Is that fair to say, Zach, or do you have any other place you want to move to?
Oh, I'm actually thinking this larger building on the water here, just because I
Okay.
feel like the newt should be closer to water
Yeah, fair.
as an aquatic creature, you
Yeah,
know?
totally fair.
But like, give him this nice big one right here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn near a perfect line. Um, so, your characters are, you know each other from the onset. In the very initial of a session of RiverBank, we start with what's called the between times, and this was a concept that when we played it in the um, Gen Con demonstration, I very much stole the idea right off and put it in everything. So you can see signs of it in my Cyberpunk. You can see signs of it, but yeah, the between times is a really cool concept in my opinion. Um, and what we do during our between times section is we just talk about what's happened since the last time we played together. These are our first characters. We also were kind of confused at first by the fact that we were getting a between times, but if you think about it, the character stories exist prior to you. So, um, yeah, the concept being that simple, um, I'd say that it's probably been maybe about 6 months since the last time you as a group have seen each other. So quite a while. It's been a very kind of cold winter coming out of it. You've got the king's birthday on the horizon. But with that said, you kind of have an idea of what you've been doing during that time away. Um, and if you don't, I hope you're really good at making stuff up. To ensure that you get the concept right off, I'll go ahead and let a veteran of the concept and also a very,
Good at
very
making stuff up.
making stuff up. So, yeah, John, go ahead. Bait and switch. No, it's definitely Zach, right? We all agree. I was laying it on a bit thick. um,
Great.
but yes, Zach, if you would kindly tell us what Shelby has been doing, not for the full 6 months, just like in more recent history.
Yeah, so we're coming out of winter, and winter's a tough time for Shelby, or just like newts in general. They tend to be more active in the spring, summer, fall months. So he has been organizing all of the notes he took in the last year since he's moved to Riverbank, and has just done a lot of like tidying, organizing, kind of been a homebody, and he's itching to kind of get out into the world and show off his newly organized filing area in his home.
Perfection. And just to kind of give you a perfect idea of the timeline, because the official start of the game is in June. So yeah, it does use human calendars. Also, it uses real place names. So you may hear things like Buckingham Palace or something to that effect. So don't get the idea that we're in some kind of fantasy realm. It's just a fantasy version of ours. That said, very good description. And yeah, we'll, like I said, we're in June. But so next up, then I'll take volunteers for who goes second.
There you go.
Okay.
So if we're coming into spring, he'd probably be starting up the garden again. Spending most of his time on that. Coming out of, being a sleepy little guy. And so pretty easy.
A little bit of a hibernation and wake up to chores. Can't get on with people because you're too busy making sure you've got all your food farmed up. Good deal, good deal. And I assume that you're on a hill, right? So probably not like wheat or anything crazy, more like root vegetables or something like that, I
Yeah.
assume.
100%. 100%.
With a badger, that makes the most sense.
Picture like if it's like right here, it's like
Mhm.
right behind,
Yeah,
up on the crest.
it is. And the root farm, and then like maybe going into like in and around, not like up to Poke's Hole, but like around the forest there for mushrooms or whatever. That's real cool.
Yep.
Good location. Unintentionally rad. Okay, then next up we'll take volunteers.
I'll go. So for the last couple months, Willie has just been working on his motorcycle mostly, just shining it up, making sure the paint's good, and getting it prepped for the spring so he can start riding again. And so that's just been his last bit, working on other people's motorcycles and then babying his when he can, and is excited to get it back out and get it going.
Yeah, and like as we kind of get closer to like, because spring's going to be a rainy one, but one that's serviceable for farming. But I would say that like the motorcycle riding, like the idea of that's probably more of like a summertime dream, but you're kind of finishing up that prep and kind of getting into the point where it's rideable, and hopefully the weather permitting in the latter half of spring, maybe get a couple good rides out there. Because a bat riding in the middle of like the rain, I'm assuming that's not something that's happening. Is that fair to say?
I'm so small.
Yeah.
I have the goggles for a reason.
Right. Oh, if he if he makes little windshield wipers for him, so he can ride around.
My boy likes to ride, so he's going for it.
Yeah, little windshield wipers. That's adorable enough to just be canon. Okay. Perfect. And last but not least, the person who hasn't volunteered as of yet. Brent, what have you been doing for the last?
The last couple months being the winter months, Reed has been on the hunt in like the cold to find some like snow fairies or like ice trolls or something of that nature.
Adventuring. Very cool. And I assume that like you probably get into some uphill climbs. I know when I was a young lad, we lived right underneath a hill and I'd climb it all the time. So I assume that you're kind of meandering up that way. Um, Looking at it, it's probably the case that he misses you most of the times, doesn't even see you, just based on his eyesight. But what do we think the relationship is between Montgomery and Reed when Reed's coming up your hill to fight a dragon who just happens to be a weird looking tree in the woods?
It was a dragon at one point, I promise.
Let me try something.
Okay.
Don't you go mucking up in my fucking.
Fucking. Wee.
I can't.
No,
he'll like
dropping an F-bomb in my cozy fucking animal game. God damn it, John.
Well, spoil.
Get your ass off my fucking lawn, you piece of shit. You're fucking chasing berries and bullshit.
I get shit stepping in me fucking potatoes again. I'm gonna fucking.
Okay, hold on. I gotta grasp it. I gotta put the reins back in. We gotta get back on point. Hold on. Cantankerous, fine. Surly, to a degree. Fucking sailorish, chill.
No, but he would just like, stop it. I can't. Let's say fuck.
You know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and just say, fuck is cute. Let's go with it. It's in. I'm allowing. This is rated R for kids.
Rascal. Just call him Rascal.
You can say fuck in Rascal if you want.
I didn't know that was the vibe. I thought it was this.
It's totally
I
chill.
just
It's totally chill.
didn't.
Honestly, I love it.
He's always in La La Land, stepping all over my vegetables, and
The accent was really good though.
every fucking year. I'll work on it, and maybe it'll stick. Who knows?
It was good. It was really good. It was just the fucking that kind of shot it out of orbit for me.
It's every fucking year.
Every fucking year, this kid.
And he just woke up,
Yeah,
and that's his food. He's cranky,
yeah.
you know. Or
So,
he's getting there.
in response to that, um,
Uh,
for Reed, do you kind of try to avoid him, or do you just like
no, I make it my effort to wave at him and like talk to him every time I see him.
perfection? And he's yelling at you the whole time as you're wandering up there.
Yep.
He says, "Don't you step on it anymore. I'll beat you." The mushrooms. Okay. Um, in passing, in process, you two are kind of, easy to kind of get along with one another, despite the cantankerousness. And then I'd say
He doesn't hate him.
with
No,
for sure, with Willie and Shelby as it goes. Can you think of in between your two stories any kind of connection points? I'm not seeing any right off the bat. That may be just a failing on my own part, but wow, that's really weird. Thank you. It looked like silver. Sorry. Go ahead. Do you have any ideas as to how your stories might connect from this point in the between times?
Not super.
I mean, it could just be as simple as Willie is the first person that Shelby goes to show his fucking like collection to, because Willie's probably the one who will actually follow him back to his house, as opposed to the otter that will get distracted and the badger that will just be frustrated by the ask.
Oh yeah, we are friends. So yeah, I would want him to come over and see my bike at some point.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so I imagine that's how it starts, is him
Yeah.
like coming to check in on how the bike work has been, and then I will invite him back to see my home as well. Like it doesn't have to be complicated. Like, we're friends, and he's been working on his bike all winter.
Just
I'll go
telling
check
me
out the bike.
just telling me the whole time, hey, you don't have to ride the bike right now. We can take public transport. Like, no, it's fine.
Pop.
It's fine. I just show up sopping wet to your house every time. So
You pop
you're
in.
wet. You're just kidding. It's fine.
Pop in for tea, but it's like this little small little like winged dog puppy mouse rodent thing just smashing
Oh,
water
yeah.
all over the place.
Oh, I'm prepared for it. There's a towel by the door, please.
Perfection. Okay, so that's actually not a bad segue point. As far as abodes, you as a group, you're very kind of connected, right? You live relatively close to one another. There isn't much in between you besides farmland and hills, so you know each other well enough. Um, Obviously, some of you are a little bit more recluse and less inclined to invite guests. If you were to happen to be called by the group, or the group was to come together, which would be the house, in your opinion, that you think you would end up going to?
My vote is for the Newts because it's the nicest.
I was just gonna throw out probably Shelby's.
Yeah, mine has too many stairs for a lot of people. It's a big stilt house, so it's a lot of effort to walk up it.
And what about you, John?
I think John said he had to step away
Yeah,
for
I
a
think
second.
you want to
Okay.
for a second.
Well, he based on his description, I'm gonna make the very strong prediction that we'll use as canon for the time being that the Badger is probably not inclined to bring people over, since he said he was kind of a recluse, like a kind of you know, homebody. So that probably means that I mean, he's not staying there alone by himself because he's proud of his house and wants to show it off. You know what I mean? Um, so
I
yeah, so
am.
right, the Newt is, and Shelby also I think has a decent sizable abode. So I think you both cross-nominated, right? Like I think Chandler said Zach and Zach said Chandler.
No,
No,
Zach
I said
Shelby.
me. I also said
Oh,
Shelby. We're all on the Shelby train for
my
Shelby
brain.
being the place.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, I'm okay with the Shelby train because I don't want people in my house.
Don't know why my
There
brain.
it is.
Except me, because I'm your best friend.
You said Shelby, not Chandler. I don't know where my brain was there in that moment.
Yeah, no,
It wasn't in
Shelby
my head.
specific.
Okay, got it. So then Shelby's house would basically be the location. So then, based on what we've done in the like forbearing, go ahead and describe the abode to us. And again, we don't have like a map of it, but we'll have kind of a canon description as to what it's about inside.
Yeah, so it's somewhere between a house and a mansion, if that makes sense. It's got 2 stories. It's probably 4 or 5 bedrooms with an upstairs library, like downstairs sort of parlor area, a dining area, a well outfitted kitchen. Um, that's kind of been in their home, like in the family for a long time. So even though Shelby hasn't lived in Riverbank, the Collywobble name is known
Mm-hmm.
in town.
Yeah. And real quick for everybody who didn't just describe their house, you don't have to describe your houses now. However, Zach, how much of that was mechanical and how much of that was you just cutting off the hip or shooting from the hip?
70/30.
Okay. So what I want you folks to understand is that the 70 was obviously not the mechanical side. And what I'm trying
No,
to...
actually, the 70 was the mechanical side.
Oh,
This is actually part of the character building, step 8 in the character
gotcha. Well,
details.
you
They
wrote...
give you names
I
for
mean, you wrote it down.
dwellings,
Sorry.
home type, like house size. I like flavored in
The...
the part that it's been a family history. That's the 30% that I'm
Okay.
like building out character details, but like the mechanics for making a house
Are
are
in there.
very clearly defined in the rule set.
I apologize.
Like, it gives you options.
I
for,
apologize
like,
for
design.
like the
Yeah.
wording there. What I meant to say is the 30% I guess should have been the focus, and I shouldn't have tried to make it a percentage
Yeah.
game. That's my fault.
You're
Focusing
good.
up. Use as much of your imagination as you like. I'm not going to cut the
Yeah.
details out. It's fine. As long as you don't say
Okay.
my house has like a plasma cannon attached to the top of it, we should be good.
Actually,
Mister, I wanted wings throughout character creation. You're a goddamn veteran. You cannot fly. Stop trying to take fly particularities. You silly
Actually, he's a
goose.
dragon. He just hasn't told anybody yet.
A dragon badger. Holy shit. Actually, though. I'll write that down later, if I remember. Okay, perfect. So we have the house of the group meeting. I would say that on news, at the beginning of the month of June, you would hear that the king in Buckingham Palace um, has basically put out a it's basically the official birthday celebration is approaching, and in celebration, towns, guilds, villages, companies, the land, everybody around, they've been invited by the king and the king's family to create birthday cakes as sincere tokens of their respect and admiration. Special trains will collect the cakes and deliver them to Buckingham Palace for judging by a panel of patissiers brought over specially from France. Winners will receive medallions from the king, and afterward, his household will distribute the cakes among the poor. So it's going to feed the, yeah,
3/4 of this party.
3/4.
Let's go.
I wasn't going to say it, but you said it. I didn't know if I should say it because our positions are different. Wait,
Montgomery says, "Fuck the aristocracy."
no, you're right. Yeah, a king. I didn't vote you into office. Wrong.
Free cake.
British show. Winners receive a medallion from the king. The rest we've given us before. Sadly, this well-meant gesture has gotten completely out of hand. People are baking cakes flavored with exotic liqueurs, cakes shaped like umbrellas, cakes with almond paste elephants. Even the humans of the nearby village are abuzz with preparations for their own offering. A honey and cardamom cake with huzzah to the king in pink icing. But you have just realized that no local animal is making a cake for the king. It's up to you and your friends, at least in your opinion, whoever is going to be the one who draws the group together. Um, it is up to you and your friends to create and decorate not just a good cake, but the best cake that ever was. The problem is that you've only just realized this at 6 o'clock on Saturday evening, and the special train is due to come through the village at 5:37 tomorrow morning. You got together on Saturday evening. It's the only time you all had on your calendars. You've been talking about this through letters back and forth, or in passing, wanting to gather everybody together to work at this. And here you are. So that's the setting. You're in whatever sitting room your compatriot wants to designate as the location of this scene. This is your first meeting back in full. Go ahead.
Can I interest anyone in a cup of tea before we get started?
Oh
Yeah.
no, none for me.
I'll take some.
Green, black, oolong, chai.
Yes.
Excellent. And for you, sir?
I think nothing special.
Nothing special indeed. I'll be back in a moment. And then comes back with 2 cups of tea. Now then, we're here to discuss the Olympics. Am I wrong?
Thought we were making a cake.
We can do both if you'd like. The kitchen is quite open and well supplied. Haven't made a quick cake in quite some time.
I think the terminology is ever, but
If you mean successfully, then yes, sir, indeed. You're very familiar with my cooking.
yes, sadly I am. But this is, well, you know why we're here. This is for a very big event that we have very little time for.
Yes, indeed, very little time to prepare.
I'm guessing the first thing we should try to figure out is the style of cake we're making. Anyone have any suggestions? Do we want to make a carrot cake? I know we have some hare friends who would quite enjoy that, but I don't know what a king would really eat.
Are carrots in season? It's spring.
I do not actually know.
They've some started. Ain't done yet.
Okay. Well, we don't want to use unfresh carrots, so I would look over at the young one of the group and what sweets do you young guys like? I'm assuming the king has a bit of a sweet tooth.
I mean, I don't know much about sweets, but I was gonna recommend a fish flavored cake.
Ooh, that sounds vile.
We are going to
But,
lose.
but hear me out, right? It's not just normal fish, right? It's this legendary fish I heard of that's got golden scales. Okay.
So I've heard you out, and we're moving on.
I still heard it was made of fish, which is concerning when we say
A pie contest? Sure, we can bring this idea back up with the golden scales and everything. But a cake contest, I think we should aim for something higher than a fish cake.
Okay. We'll
And
come
that
back
should
to it.
also include crab cakes and other sort of fried seafood cakes.
As you're
I
naming
I
off
know
the
that's what you're.
seafood, you notice he's like putting fingers down, like, dang it.
him. Called it.
Just lip licking. No, you're right. Red herring would be in a cake.
As a frequent consumer of cake, Montgomery, do you have any input? Thank you for laughing, Brent.
It's great.
I told you I'll cake. I haven't had cake in what?
Oh my god! Holy shit, that's terrible. Okay.
He's still counting. It's been many years. He doesn't eat sweets. I love that you were just like, you eat sweets, big guy, and he's just like, what? No, waste of time.
Much too sensible for that. Well, Shelby, I think it's going to be up to us with taste buds here that might actually work.
Fine, we're just fine. Thank you very much.
Yes, for potatoes.
Potato cakes?
Why is
Also,
everybody
That's
surprised?
something.
also fried.
That's something.
We were ignoring those. Remember?
Oh wait,
Yeah.
it's not as funny. He's Scottish, not Irish.
I mean, people eat potatoes.
No, I know, but it is kind of a
But yeah,
trope against the Irish.
yeah.
Especially in this day and age, in Victorian era. Because people were jerks.
Racist.
I am genuinely Googling cakes over here to look up real options.
Well, just to kind of throw something in the machine there, see what gets going. You are at the largest of the houses. Now, we did discuss that this would be the best place for a meeting. We did not discuss if the larder of the house was the best, well-stocked of the lot. He does have a well-stocked kitchen per the description there, but is this where we're going to cook it? Or bake it? Sorry, I do know stuff about cooking, and baking is different.
I don't believe you.
I've burnt water. Okay, I'm not good at cooking. Okay, so I'm gonna stop talking though, but is this the best place for it?
I do have a gas stove at my house.
That would be beneficial.
I have an
Also,
open
what about
fire.
velvet cake?
White or red?
I prefer red, but
I suppose we could procure the chocolate. It's doable. Not here, but it's doable.
The other option would be something like a sticky toffee pudding cake. I know it has to be shipped, so I don't know if that's the best plan, but
yeah.
maybe the simpler cake is definitely the correct vision.
If only we knew what the judge would like.
We're going
Do
to
we know
get
somebody
narrow
in-
cards.
Do we know somebody who would be one of the judges that we can maybe talk to?
No, the judges are gonna be in London proper, Buckingham Palace specifically. So yeah, they're
Oh, yeah.
a ways away.
There's no way I make it there before the cake thing is ready because
Right,
I
the
will
train-
get lost so many times.
The train's gonna come through tomorrow. The next train that you would take to go there is also the train that's going to take the cake there.
Yeah, I'd get off at the wrong stop. Like, I heard there was a dragon this way.
Just wander off and get lost, and then it just like fades to gray. It shows like it like fades in his face, and it just says the years that he was alive. Okay, that joke was terrible.
Nope, like you liked it.
I like my own joke. So yeah, not that.
Yeah.
Well,
Are they also? Do we know if they're judging just the taste or the looks? Because if we make the cake and then we shape it into like the king's face, he might.
Are
They
you-
might give
are-
props to that.
Do you have experience shaping cakes?
Not a once, but I'll try it.
I would love to watch.
It cannot end up looking like a fish.
Yes, you did say the king's face.
So
not
the
fish
king's
face.
not a fish.
He is not.
Okay. I'll keep
Not
that
yet, at least.
important
He
for
isn't.
later.
As long as we stay progressive, we can maybe get a fish in Parliament here soon.
Okay.
But you said you had a stove. That's helpful for baking. With that, does anyone have ingredients for a cake? That's the next question, and I would look at
I have
Montgomery.
most of what we need here, with the exception of chocolate. Don't keep it in the stairs or in the hall.
I believe
Chocolate
I
in
would
your
do.
stairs?
I meant to say where's and my fucking mouth marbled it because
Okay, gotcha.
you know,
Funny.
I pre-gamed too hard. Leave me alone.
Me too. I mean, no, I'm
I have. I would have any of the dry goods like flour and things like that. Sugar.
Yeah, same. Vinegar, sugar, flour,
Yeah. So
eggs.
Would any of these animals have milk? Because like most animals are lactose intolerant.
Um, yeah, they would, because again,
And
we're
we milk the otter.
We
no, no, no,
Because
no,
you've
no, no,
never
no, no,
had
no.
otter milk before.
There was one question asked that was taken two different ways, and I cannot continue forward unless I identify this and point out. I think one of you was asking if they were going to utilize milk as something they would eat, and another of you was asking if you could be milked. So, no to that
No,
second one.
that.
Yes
Who said that?
to that. Didn't you, did you say otter's milk, right? Was I? Did I miss that?
Mammals. I'm just asking. Like I'm
No, we're not
not.
talking.
I'm not a mammal. You can't milk the new.
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. You're not understanding what I'm saying. The milk comes from cows, just like in real life. It's
Oh, goats.
everybody can drink it because we're in a fantasy variation where the animals are wearing three-piece suits and talking. It's totally okay if we drink milk.
But breast milk is a thing too.
Oh my god.
No.
I'm glad we've decided we have milk, and we're gonna continue.
And you were getting
Look,
mad at
with
me
the
for saying
story.
fuck.
Yeah, holy shit, what? We're gonna move up with the milk. You can drink milk, and you can bake with milk. It is okay, they have cows.
So, yeah,
I drink milk.
but breast milk, huh?
God damn it.
Glad we're just five dudes talking about milking one of us. That's great. Love that for us on a Tuesday
Asking,
night.
not talking. I just asked the question, man.
I
One
am-
question. All I needed was an answer.
I am
know the answer
trying
now.
so
We're good.
hard, Chandler, to move on from this. I'm trying so hard, buddy. You gotta hold my hand through it. We have to get past this point of conversation to the part where we're making a cake in an adorable, wonderful, cute land.
So we need to get chocolate. Does anyone know if anywhere local sells chocolate or if anyone makes any?
God. Oh no, stop. Stop.
Is there a chocolate man in the town?
Yes, there are chocolate here.
is. Yeah.
Chocolate there.
Absolutely an option. Gathering the materials for what you're wanting won't be too difficult a problem. Nothing that you folks won't be able to kind of go out and about into the world. I believe that, one of you who might kind of move a bit slower just due to size has a bike, so that should be fine. Yeah. Acquiring the resources takes a little while. Let's see. And I would say that at about, said you started at 6, so after your first shop where you get the foundational elements, flour, dough, whatever you need for baking, icing, etc. You're not really able to get the vanilla extract and kind of these more tincture-based kind of things for like the actual formation of the cake. And by the time that you get done with like where the majority of the stuff is purchasable, the store, you come to realize that you don't really have an open store anymore for the one that you wanted to go to, and they might have closed before this one did, giving you an issue of where are you going to get these resources? Where are you going to get these last bits of material for the cake? Um, and also the postal service is also closed. They might have been able to tell you something there for this. That's not accurate. Uh, the stores are closed. Forget what I said about the postal service. I don't know why that's written in there. I guess I read it wrong. I see what it means now. Um, Point is, who would you go to? Do you have someone in your list of individuals who are present in and around the area that might serve as someone you could go to and talk to about this?
Maybe we can pull a caper.
I guess a good old-fashioned B&E is also in order.
And that same thought, I was literally about to ask that.
I guess the best way to think about that is remembering that the police are humans. Um,
Also, remember to go talk to your therapist after this. We are in RiverBank. Stop.
oh, I'm trying so hard. Um,
Sorry. It was just my first. It was my first thought when you were like, "Yeah, the doors are locked." I'm like,
I'd say
okay, and
also like
Oh,
in your planning process, like you don't have to come up with the exact recipe, but obviously we have ideas as to like what could be in there. Chocolate for red velvet cake for sure. The red dye could be just regular red dye, or you could use some other kind of thing to add flavor to it as well. There's a bunch of different options here as far as items go, but the foundational elements of a cake or making a cake you have. But something more specific, something more kind of precise is outside of your reach. And again, your character should have a list of contacts, individuals, um, people you may not want to go and deal with. Um, think on that. Think who you might want to reach out to at this late hour to see if you can't get some assistance in gathering those resources.
relatives in Scotland.
True.
I'm trying to find a line.
No worries. Take your time on it. Just think on who you want to kind of reach out to and coordinate with. Who might have what you need at this late hour.
Where are we right now, though?
I'd
Like,
say you're outside the store, so yeah, that's a very good, exactly.
I think
maybe
I could come.
possibly,
Oh,
Oh, go ahead. One of you pick.
John.
Yeah.
is there any like pubs open or restaurants open or that we frequent that we might have, I don't know, sweets
Oh, you said like a pub?
or like a restaurant or like, you know what I mean? Like, how late is it?
It's like 7.
Okay, so around dinner.
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Okay, well, what did you have, Chandler?
I was gonna say I wanted to contact my great aunt. She's old, dusty, and definitely has bought chocolate in the last year for herself as a treat. And I can get a hold of her. The only problem, she has that poisonous centipede that last time I was there put me in a corner and wouldn't let me leave.
And just to rewind back to John real quick, not to detract from the position. Yeah, there's a pub available. It's called the Nose and Tail. I think it's on the map there.
Right.
That's absolutely an option. I apologize for it sounding like I was cutting off the option. Not my intention there. But yeah, they might have like maybe a liqueur, right? Like you've heard that's kind of
Right.
the craze for the cakes. Maybe something with kind of like a reddish coloring to it, like a cinnamon flavored, or maybe if you don't want it to be too overpowering on the red velvet, just something a bit more um, refined, like a wine or something, like a port. Okay. So which one of those two options? That is, engage with the relative, or go to the pub and seek out some assistance there.
How late would the pub be open?
Pub's probably open till like 2.
Okay, well, we should probably go see the Great Aunt.
Yeah, because
Seasonal
tomorrow's
special.
Saturday. It's probably open pretty late. It gets pretty raucous out there. The Nose and Tail.
Well, let's go see that old bat. Literally.
Literally. So, we haven't met Karen Mildred Cunningham, a local legend. So let's go ahead and discuss a bit about her upon the lead up. Um, so, on Willie's mother's side, um, his great aunt um, is a kind of very ancient, older bat of a woman. Um, she has a bit of renown in the town. She has kind of like a past um, that had her kind of doing a lot of music and shows. But she is now kind of like wound down substantially and just kind of gardens with her poisonous centipede. Um, as far as the relationship goes between Willie and Karen, how do you feel, and based on what you've rolled also, and like how your character was built, how do you feel your relationship with her is? Obviously, based on the old bat comment, it's not good.
It's not great. She very much likes to guilt trip you when you're there to help you build something, fix something in the garden. Last time Montgomery saw her when I was over here, he was here. It seemed like for days helping her on projects because he couldn't say no. And she just has that effect on people. She'll tell you about the old stories of how she grew up in the town and what she was doing when she was your age. Because we don't know her age, she refuses to tell us the real one. But she's always good for a treat and she's always good for a conversation. It just might take longer than you hoped for.
Yeah, that's about right. And yeah, that's where you're going. So, based on that, Montgomery, you have some familiarity with the house, um, and with the woman. Um, so you come to the house. You kind of have depending on your decision here, policy of are you always welcome, or is it kind of like a situation where you're going to just knock on the door?
So I'm always welcome, but I knock first because the centipede does not welcome me.
Gotcha.
Um, and that's it. Think of it like you went over to a friend's house, but they have a dog that doesn't really like you. Situation. So
Gotcha.
I'll still knock to start the whole process.
Yep. And when you get there on this specific day, it is late. It's dark out. Um, it's I mean June, so like the sun's coming or like winding down a bit or a bit later. And I said it was 7, so probably 7:30 by the time you get there. I guess the sun's still up. You do notice that she doesn't come to the door immediately, and you would see that it looks like there are some tools out around back near her strawberry garden.
Oh, she must still be out and about for the day. Well, actually, she's normal. No, she's probably starting her day.
Yeah.
She's a bad.
I was hoping you'd get that. I was making sure that's why I was so
Mhm.
specific about the light, for those who were curious. So it's getting dark, but it's not like fully dark, but she's kind of like what would be in our like, understanding, like an early riser, like old people get up at like 4 in the morning for some reason. She gets up at sunset.
Sweet. I would look over at Reed and go, "Hey, can you run around back and see if she's back there working, so we can go in or see where that centipede is?" And
Sure.
after saying that, I would lean over to Shelby and say, "I really hope that centipede's back there. Last time it was so funny when he was here."
Yeah, I'll
And
go
the
run back.
centipede like Montgomery only.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. Makes sense to me. That tracks. Reed, do you go back there?
Yeah, I
He's a
excitedly run back there.
Okay. So this is not technically like a huge situation, but it is technically an engagement, and we're going to kind of utilize the dice rules for the very first time. So you randomly select what ability score you're going to utilize. And you have 4 of those ability scores. So the easiest way, in my mind, to do it is you have them listed 1, 2, 3, and 4 at the top there. Just roll a d4 and then roll the ability based on what you get, and let me know what you got for the. That was
I
a.
got intrepidity.
Were you doing the cute, adorable otter clap intentionally? Was that?
No, it wasn't intentional. I was just very
Well,
excited.
you totally nailed it. You totally nailed it. Um, and also proving my point in character creation, you were always the otter. Um, so what do you? You've got intrepidity. Got me saying it wrong.
Yep.
So now you're going to click that ability, and it should roll it if we set it up right. Probably not. It just
Yeah,
has a 6 in it, right? Hold on.
I've got a 12 in it.
12 in it. Sorry. I know it's D6s. That's why my brain's not working. Hold on.
I dumped everything I got into intrepidity. It
I
You're
sounded
hoping to
like
hit
the
that too
funniest.
every
I
time.
studied all afternoon, and my brain has just totally forgotten how this works. Deeds. So,
Damn pre-gaming.
yeah, no, right? Never again. Never again. I'll roll a d4, determining the challenge stat, and then the challenge number. You will be rolling 1d6 and adding your bonus, and any bonuses that you have from your knacks, uh, innate peculiarities, insufficiencies, etc., etc. And basically, the challenge at hand is you're coming around and you're about to. What you get, you said intrepidity. You're about to get
Yep.
into a situation where she's trying to bully you out of the yard and basically tell you not to come back. And you're basically going to stand up to that. So the scene as I imagine it is you come running around and she's not very good at seeing, especially if the sun's out a little bit.
Mhm.
And so she kind of looks over at you and she gets very scared. The centipede kind of takes like very defensive posture, and then you kind of announce who you are. She doesn't believe you, and she seems like she's ready to kind of like continue yelling at you. So you kind of bravely kind of press forward. So it should be 1d6 plus that number plus any modifiers.
Okay. I don't think I have any modifiers specifically for that, unless you would count this as bargaining.
Um, I mean, if you could sway me to believe that'd be the case. I mean, it wouldn't be too
uh,
hard for you to do so. I already kind of, yeah, I'll give it to you. You're basically trying to negotiate with her that you are who you say you are, and you're not, doing what, because she's gonna, when she learns it is you, she's obviously going to accuse you of saying like, you're the one who treated my turnips as boggats. You smashed them with your stick, you wild boy. That wasn't me, ma'am.
it definitely was me.
It was definitely me, though.
Okay. Let's see. So I got a 15.
Okay. So,
I feel like that's got to be just about as good as you can get.
yeah. Yeah. It's not
I
bad.
actually, so with my bad trait that I have to roll a d6. On a 1, the foe becomes 1 level more antagonistic. This does not affect dire rolls, affect dire foes or appalling relatives. Oh, she's an appalling relative.
Not your
Is it?
appalling relative.
Okay, that's what I was about to ask.
So you rolled a 1.
Yeah.
So I'm more agitated, you said?
One
Uh,
level higher.
yeah, the
Huh.
foe becomes 1 level more antagonistic.
Huh.
From
That 15 doesn't look so
negligible to
good.
commonplace to tiresome, or tiresome to dire.
Got it. That's funny.
You're gonna kill my aunt. You're gonna give her a heart attack coming around that corner.
So that is a 15, you said, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna say that I think that is sufficient. Um, in the process, is it more likely that that Reed says he didn't destroy the turnips and lies about it, or is it more likely that he cops to it and takes, says I didn't mean to, or some other kind of measure to get out of it?
It's definitely like whenever she brings up the turnips, he's like, "Look, you don't understand. They were living when I killed them, but then when I hit them, they went back to turnips.
Ruined turnips they were! Ruined by your stick!
They weren't turnips when I hit them, though."
There's no believing you, boy. You're wild. You're crazy. And it seems like what I'm sussing for is like more of an apology.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
like, I get what you're going for.
Yep. I understand. I'm not doing it, but I understand.
So I want to make sure without that, I think that we're going to stay in bad terms. So you've done well in the role, but the role play does desire you. I mean, I think she's probably going to still stay mad unless you lie to
Yeah.
her or apologize.
They were definitely gonna like break into your house before I killed them, so they threatened your centipede.
Your braveness and your bullheadedness in this regard has swayed me. She says, well, I guess it's very good that you were there to do it then. Very confused by her believing, but your braveness and your brash-headedness in the matter, it feels so real. Um, so she would come around the front after kind of cleaning herself off a bit from the dirt. Looks like she was planting something. She was in a strawberry patch, as I mentioned, and probably picking in actuality. And then she would come around after kind of putting her gloves in the wheelbarrow and, kind of moving away from the piles of strawberries in the wheelbarrow out to the front with you, Reed. Oh,
Yeah.
well. Oh, what is it, Willie? Why have you brought all your friends here?
Oh, we just came in for a quick ask. You wouldn't mind having a bar of chocolate or two sitting around, would you, Auntie?
Oh, what kind of chocolate?
I don't think we're being too particular. I would look over at Shelby and Montgomery. Is there something in particular you would hope for?
The darker the better. Kind of
Yes,
smiles.
I have
Montgomery shrugs.
I have some baking chocolate. Sure. Of course. That's fine. That's fine, of course. I do hope that, you know, maybe, um, we could spend more time together.
I should come up more often, but at the moment we do not have a lot of time. Did you hear about that train coming in?
Sure, sure, but if you don't have time for family, well, what have you got, really?
Oh,
It
like
looks
always.
It looks as though you brought all these strapping individuals. Looking at Montgomery directly. who can't really see it, but feels it. Maybe you could help me make short work of this strawberry patch so I can get on to some other business this evening.
I feel that would be a fair trade for the chocolate.
I agree. And she'll kind of lead you back. I do recall in the process of describing her taking off gloves, and throughout that whole conversation, that last conversation, my brain was like, how does a bat wear gardening gloves?
On the one little
On the
finger.
one thumb, it's just these hands.
Yeah.
And through the magic of Twee, it just, it's absolutely working pleasantly, and it's fine. Okay, great. Um, do you help her? Well, go ahead.
Yeah, Montgomery will.
Okay. What are you gonna say besides that?
He rolls up his sleeves and then he like walks back and is at the patch and he's like, wait a minute, chocolate and strawberries go together.
Dad, look at you.
So
Don't disagree.
you get to work. Go ahead and roll me a d4, John. And then once you've rolled a d4 on your list of stats, whatever the fourth one is, go ahead and roll a d6 and add that. If you have any peculiarities or features that would help in this regard, um, apply
One
those.
d6, you said?
Yeah, 1d6.
Okay, let me see. I do actually.
Okay.
Let me post it.
Yeah, that'd be great. +1 bonus to braininess and clever pause deeds involving gardens, houseplants, and plants
Oh,
grown for competitions. So you rolled a
I don't
4.
know. Well, I rolled a 4 first, so that'd be sense.
I'd say. Oh, hold on a second here. I'm already messing up. Yeah, the thing that I keep forgetting. Got it. Got it. Did we discuss? We didn't discuss the AP range, did we?
No.
The animal poetry range. We totally skipped over it, and I'm the worst. It's
I'm hearing a
actually,
lot of we.
huh?
I said I'm hearing a lot of we in this conversation.
I am the worst. I am the worst. It's me. You're right.
Accusation.
Okay. So, apologies. We're gonna have to do this midstream. I'm the worst at this. So in God damn it. I shouldn't have regamed. My brain's all over the place. Pother.
I'm just not even pre-gaming. I'm just gaming. Um,
Well played. Well played. Okay. So, summoning Pother. Uh, so when you are engaging in an activity, you can summon Pother, replacing the challenge stat with your Pother stat instead, and suffering a side effect on a summoning Pother effects table listed below. One good note there. Also, after the die has been rolled, you can purchase additional points by taking an AP on the AP point scale, and you roll an AP dice. 1 point per AP die rolled. So AP to avoid a deed failure if something comes up and you're going to fail it. Um, that is what that will be. So I want to make sure that you understand there's an opportunity for you to change what stat you use if Pother is better than what you roll. and there's
Gotcha.
also an opportunity for you to modify a roll by suffering a negative effect, either becoming more human than animal or more animal than human.
No, I'm good with what I got.
What is your D6? Oh,
I haven't rolled it yet.
you rolled a D4. Sorry. Go ahead and roll a D6, and I would say that your
Plus
plus
what?
one bonus will be present here. Yeah, this is
Okay, so I will add one more.
yeah.
It's probably gonna go well. Yeah.
This is basically a braininess feature. You're figuring out like it's not just pick up the strawberry and chuck it in there, right? It's very much like an activity where you're uh, boxing it and making sure you're tiering the boxes correctly to make sure the strawberries are intact. Um, yeah, um, not putting a lot of
And
weight.
maybe asking if we can take some with us.
Yeah, I would say with that role, like in the process, you can ask, or I mean, you've been working you've worked for her for a bit, and so there might be a comfortability level where, like, kind of like when you work at a McDonald's and you take chicken nuggets off the line, that kind of situation. It's up to you how you want to go about it.
I don't know. You'd be like, I miss Cunningham. Is it okay if we take a couple of these boxes for this cake we're trying to make?
Kind of stares over at Willie. Anything for you, Montgomery?
Okay, thank you, Mom.
Shelby,
They keeps
don't you,
working.
Shelby, isn't it great to see a young couple in love?
Mm.
Do you say it loud enough for her to hear?
Yes, 100%. Snarky as hell.
Shelby just kind of giggles.
I I would say that she's not upset by this. She's more embarrassed by it. Do you get
It's
my
understandable.
meaning?
Yeah,
Yes.
Ooh, you might have called it.
yeah.
Montgomery
Sure.
doesn't think that's the case. She's a million years old.
Yeah, he's literally just working. He's like, that's funny.
Yeah.
Right. But we may have identified him as the handyman trope. Okay. So anyway, um,
Sometimes you don't need a pool to get a pool boy.
Damn.
Just invite the badger.
so after some time, about an hour total, or with the walk there and the acquisition, you are able to get chocolates and strawberries. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Let's see. Bear with me here for a second.
Used to get cake, bake a pretty cake.
Now, as far as kind of knowing what other things you can do with your cake as you're basically compiling the recipe and kind of like, also getting the materials together. Um, you kind of came up with the strawberries thing on the fly, right? That just kind of happened upon you.
Well, if we use it, we use it. If we don't,
We don't. We eat them otherwise. Sure, for sure, for sure. Maybe as a reward after. Um, but I would,
If not, snacks.
yeah, snacks during. Um,
Wrap them in fish.
God
no.
and
damn it.
it's like every time he says something like that, it's just an otter flying out of the newt's house. The badger just like, what?
Jazz from
Yeah.
like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
100%
Being
Jazz.
thrown out by the badger out of the fucking like Newt's house.
Yeah, 100%. Um, too funny. So timing wise, like it's late, but there's still quite a bit of other things that you need to think to do. Um, and the things that I want to make sure that are very clear too is that you would definitely need some sort of boxing for it, some sort of packaging material because it is being shipped. So that's important. Um, the vanilla extract, you don't know where to get that, but it's alcoholic, so maybe it is at the bar. Um, the strawberries, you've got them, but there are rumors that there's an individual named Dana St. Andrews who has the best strawberry preserves in all of the area. She's giving a recital this evening at Toad Hall. That's supposed to last till later. Maybe catch her afterwards. Um, and then I mentioned the packaging. So yeah, we've got some other problems that are kind of present to us.
Montgomery could build a crate.
Well,
I don't know if it's too.
the the crate, yeah, you could build a crate. That's an option, sure.
It's
Does anybody
industrial.
have any other options for possible packaging material? It's a good one.
I just got
Does
back.
Shelby,
So is it?
does Shelby just have something in his house?
No, no,
Because
no.
Shelby has home postal
Yeah.
delivery. So do I have stuff for like packaging up a cake if I have postal
Yes,
home delivery as a like perk thing?
but
So like I'm imagining that like
due to a prior agreement with another player, he has spent a peculiarity to take away the post office capabilities of anybody within his area. So that means
love
that
that.
that was actually more of a lead for Brent, but no, we're gonna go with Newt because we're already building it there. So the materials are there. You send Reed into kind of like get the materials without issue. Yeah, no problem. Um, okay. Um, what about some of the other issues I put on docket here?
Are we trying to make a strawberry chocolate cake?
A chocolate velvet strawberry cake.
No, velvet. I forgot about velvet.
It's a red velvet cake, which are always chocolate, and we can do white icing with strawberries on top.
I know my brain was like saying it, and I knew like my brain was already doing what you just did to me. Red velvet cakes are always chocolate. Stupid fuck. I
That's not how
know.
I was meaning it, but
I know though. That's how my brain was meaning. It was like laughing at me the whole time.
and you
But
can use beet juice to make it red.
yeah. You just want to add something like to kind of neutralize the beet flavor. This is why some of them will
Oh,
make you
Montgomery would
pea red.
have like, oh, they'd be pickled beets.
They would be pickled beets.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, closest you'd have is turnips, but those are all bashed in by somebody.
Fucking, you fucking asshole.
I was saving an old lady, thank you very much.
After using me carrots as swords. um.
Also, I picture this entire time that the centipede has just been right next to Montgomery,
Oh yeah, yeah.
just like in lockstep with them.
Huge fan.
Well, he's playing with the pig bug.
You got the
Playing with the pill bug.
strawberry patch, like picking the strawberries, and then there's just the centipede kind of rolling over the tops as Montgomery makes his way through the spot. Yeah, absolutely.
And
Huge
then it
fan.
turns and looks at turns and looks at fucking Willie and just goes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But you'd also notice like the invisibility of the pill bug is actually more warranted at this moment than it has been throughout the game. It is definitely hiding from the centipede. Um, okay. Um, so right, the potential for vanilla extract at the pub, um, the lady with the preserves. Um,
We could split up.
you could.
But I'm not gonna. We are locked into this together. Who's the next
Well,
ugly
that's when the
beast?
initiative tracker pops up. And, whew.
If we get into a fight in this game, I'll be confused.
What if we did?
I will be confused. I mean, there's the potential for you going full animal like mode and like, you know,
Running off into the woods.
yeah. It's just a pack of newt bat. Oh my god, this is actually a pretty good adventuring party though. You got flight, you got the muscle, the badger, the wizard, the newt. Oh, okay, forget it. Focusing out.
I can dig. I can dig.
What would you like to do next?
The next session is us in RiverBank playing D&D.
Or RiverBank just can.
Yeah.
RiverBank is just a part of Sun's End. Focusing up. Uh, gotta
Well,
stay
we know
in
the
front.
pub's gonna be open the latest.
Yeah.
So we can hit it last.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And we can get some drinks when we're there.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So we make sure that we bake the cake the best way possible.
Yep.
I just imagine.
Inebriated.
I will say, if we do get drinks, when you're climbing up the ladder to get into my house to use my stove, be very careful.
I
Well,
imagine.
doesn't Shelby have a stove?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I have a heating stove, not like a cooking stove.
Oh,
I have a gas cooking
Oh,
stove.
Yeah, Brent has the actual gas cooking stove.
It
I
only ever
have
cooks fish.
yeah, I have a fire, a pot, and a cast iron pan.
Cool.
So we can't do it at my place.
Okay. Man, I've got a scene for the future later on that I am trying to bank into my memory so I can use it when the thing happens.
all I can picture is a drunk driving Willie now, just for going to get drinks and driving. Is no, guys,
No, he's
my
going.
keys are fine.
He's
Guys, I might be a little tipsy, but that's why I'm not walking. That's dangerous. I'm gonna drive.
Mayo
Much
and the
safer.
mustard.
so Willie's gonna drive us to
Willie has a
Reed's like a bat out
motorcycle
of
made
hell.
for an 8-inch. Yeah.
well, you do, but keep in mind too that you just found a wheelbarrow.
We
Lovely.
could tie it to the back of the motorcycle to drag the rest of us.
That's right, you could.
Did
Oh,
you miss bat out of hell?
Oh, I can't.
If we're all if we're all willing to go that silly, I am so willing to drive you all around.
Yeah,
Pushing, I will put you on the handlebar
absolutely.
and like scoot it in front of it.
Once Montgomery's picked up the last of the boxes from the strawberries, puts them in Great Aunt Karen's larder, kind of leaves his boxes in there, just very kindly asks to borrow the wheelbarrow. No problem. You lash it onto the back end of this bike. A newt, a badger, and otter jump in the wheelbarrow, and broom, this little bat-sized bike pulls the bat-sized, slightly bigger than bat-sized wheelbarrow. That's
how are we all fitting in this slightly bigger than bat size wheelbarrow?
it. I mean, a wheelbarrow,
Well,
a wheelbarrow can fit a couple of people in it. Like I feel like the
Yeah,
I'm
but
on
if
the
it's
bottom, then
bat size.
no,
It's,
you just slam a badger in, and then the newt can
Yeah.
basically go anywhere on that whole circumstance, and then the otter just sits in the badger's lap.
So Brent, what you didn't take into account is my aunt is a big bat. That's what we're going with now. So the wheelbarrow
Okay,
will be much
gotcha.
larger. I'm
Gotcha,
a
yep.
very small man in my family.
oh,
Right.
she's like a
My
fruit
bad,
bat.
Yep,
Yeah,
got
she's
you,
like
I
a
got
fruit
you.
bat for sure. Because she's the
I'm like a
aunt,
bird.
so she's like,
Pretty distant.
decently distant.
Yeah, the tight jeans didn't make it to me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wheelbarrow's bigger than I am. So we get it latched on there. Yeah, badger, otter, newt, just ride it into town
And then
Just
like a
flying.
bat out of hell.
like a bat out of hell. Yes.
Perfection. So the next place you want to go, again, just keeping in mind, there's the Old Miss Grundy. Hasn't been mentioned yet. Sorry, Dana St. Andrews. Don't know that name later. Dana St. Andrews and the pub. Um, yeah,
We're going to the
going to
what was it?
the pub.
Not the
Oh,
pub, but the other one.
Toad Hall, where Dana St. Andrews is located. She has
Yes.
the strawberry preserves, which would be like a really good addition to your strawberry, like, exactly. Okay, cool. She's giving a recital this evening at Toad Hall. So you would arrive at Toad Hall, which is located on the map, of course.
Is that what we're doing?
Is it?
Everyone.
Sounds good with me. Point
Any,
me in the direction.
I'm cool with it.
any resistance, Zach?
Oh, not for me.
Cool. then vroom vroom over to Toad Hall. Now you ride up, but you try to kind of keep it quiet. It's late, right? And you know, Toad Hall's probably winding down, so they're doing a recital. Probably don't want loud bangs and booms in the background, but you're able to get there without issue. When you arrive, you see that a lot of people are kind of letting out and finding Dana St. Andrews um, in this process. It wouldn't be too hard. Um, the approach is up to you, however you'd like to approach.
Do character art for
I don't. She is a fox. She is very good with a fiddle. She dances. Much demand in social gatherings. It's probably the case that Willie's great aunt is not a fan of master musician Miss Dana St. Andrews, uh, possibly due to jealousy. Um, and
100% due to jealousy.
you would know that she lives among the salts, which is on the map near the Wildwood, a bit of a ways away. But if you wanted those preserves, you'd have to go to where she resides. So how do you want to
Well,
approach?
we have a motorcycle
Yes.
barrel.
Yes. These are true facts that you are spitting. So how do you approach
Do
her?
we spit? Leave the more charismatic ones to that. Kick Shelby.
I don't think Shelby's the charismatic one, but
I would
hello.
charm of 4.
Don't know if we've met. Shelby Collybobble.
I'm Dana St. Andrews. And she'll offer her fox hand to you.
He'll take it and give it a polite kiss.
Well, I'm simply waiting for my ride. Unfortunately, he's not here.
I've heard such incredible things about you. Not just your performance, but other things as well.
Uh, I've heard of you as well, Mr. Collywall. Uh,
Hopefully only good things, my dear. Hopefully only good things.
I'm mostly good, yes. So, what's that? And she'll point at the little motorcycle and wheelbarrow combo.
Oh, that's a means of transportation.
Oh,
Would you be interested?
how peculiar. Sure. Mr. Badger was supposed to be here some time ago, and it's probably the case that he's passed me up, gone too.
Oh, that's fine. We'll bring you to where you need to go, shall we? And gestures to the rest of the group.
How very kind of you. She will take the ride. There's really not much room for conversation in the midst. I would assume that somebody could ride on the motorcycle proper if they're smaller. So,
The newt.
the newt is probably riding on the back, and then the fox, the badger, and the otter. Yeah, that sounds about right. Or the otter could probably ride on the back with the bike. He's not too much taller.
Yes, but I would prefer the newt. So...
No, I know, but what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to clear room for a fox in a wheelbarrow. The newt is really not ceding a ton of ground.
I understand, but I think they can get cozy. I will not have
You're like-
that otter covering my eyes mid-drive because he thought he saw something in the woods.
Turn right real quick.
Montgomery
So you just pull this one to
double
turn.
as a
Oh, go ahead.
seat cushion.
I didn't hear.
Montgomery just doubles as a seat cushion.
Yeah. He's just a big fluffy like a beanbag chair inside of the wheelbarrow. Love it.
Montgomery, why have you taken off your shirt?
It's hot. Okay, so yeah, not much room for conversation on the ride, just due to the wind and everything. But you get her to her abode, the Salts, which is kind of like a small little manor house, and she kind of thank you so much for the very expeditious ride back home. I appreciate it. If there's anything I can do for you,
Oh, well, actually, there is one thing, if you don't mind us asking.
as long as it's
We've
within
heard you've got
reason.
we've heard you've got the best strawberry preservatives in the whole county. Is that
That's
so?
that's true. Um, well, go ahead and roll a d4. Zach.
Oh boy, oh boy.
And again, remember you can replace it with your pother if you want.
What's two? Isn't that Pother anyway?
1, 2, 3, 4. It's whatever order you put in it at this point.
Mine's
Yeah,
intrepidity.
And two's
mine's
intrepidity.
Pother. I did Charm, Pother, Intrepidity sense.
There we go. So
Our roles
pother.
are flipped.
So I roll a, what is it, D6?
Yep, and then you'll add your pother if you have any situational bonuses or peculiarity bonuses for the situation, or decreases.
13.
That'll work. So she takes. There's like a bit of a moment of banter between the two of you, where she's at first reluctant, but you are insistent, and eventually she kind of says, "Oh, that's fair," and she will negotiate kind of a bit of a favor from you at a later point, but just due to the amount of preserves that you're asking for, which would have been 2 jars. Um, but sufficient. You were able to kind of negotiate with her at the sacrifice of a potential later connection with Dana. Um, and yeah, good deal. 2 jars of preserves in hand. You make your way back to the wheelbarrow wagon. The bat wagon. That's what we're going to call it now.
Wagon. Bat be dragging that wagon around town.
He's dragging that wagon. Well, it is your great aunts, so watch out, Montgomery.
Yeah.
Why do we have to make it weird?
They got a weird family.
Bat Badger. Okay. Where to next?
I do not know. Well, we know the pub's an option, but it's going to be open for a bit longer. Do we want to go anywhere to start part of the cooking process? Because I know cakes need to rest a little bit, or are we still trying to gather certain ingredients, or...
So vanilla extract is the one that's kind of like the most important, right? And I'm not a baker, but I know that some of you probably have done so. But I am aware of the fact that vanilla extract is pretty important for cakes for some reason. I don't know what it is.
If you're trying to make a vanilla cake, it is.
Is it not important for other things?
I don't think for a straight chocolate cake. No.
Is there vanilla extract in red velvet cake? Yes, there is.
No, yeah, there is.
Vanilla extract is like in everything. Like it's all I remember is every time my mom baked when I was young, vanilla extract was like I almost got beaten senseless because I drank vanilla extract and wasted it. It's like
Also, I think the punishment would have just been doing that part.
yeah, no, I know. But I was like vanilla. I like vanilla ice cream, and I went for it.
We need like a teaspoon of vanilla extract, which is a lot for the bat.
Yeah, but it's technically like alcoholic, so maybe they have it at the pub.
Yeah. I feel like we should go drop off stuff that
Yeah,
make room. I feel like that would be sensible.
And it sounds like we're moving some stuff from point A to point B, so you might want to just grab that stuff and take it with you when you go. That way, when you leave the pub, you can just go right to Reed's instead of all about.
Yeah. Oh, I
That
do
works
not
for me.
disagree. So yeah, make our way to Reed's place to Shelby's and then to Reed's. Drop off everything we need. Head back to the pub.
All right. Cool, cool, cool. That is all well and good. When you arrive at the Nose and Tail, um, it is Friday. It's late. It seems that it is busy. Um, quite full up. Lots of people just kind of, commingling. Um, you can see Mr. Emilius kind of off in the distance there. He's just a regular guy who, um, you know, is a co-proprietor of the establishment. Um, and it seems that he's on
Yeah.
work. So he's a Heron, a bit older. I'd say kind of has a similar curmudgeonly vibe to Montgomery, except with a bit more years on him. Also, massive bird. But yeah, he's dealing with guests at the bar, and like I said, it looks like the place is pretty well packed. Probably enough seats for you, but it's going to take some ordering to kind of get you like a full table or seats that are close to one another at the pub, at the bar.
Yeah, I just walk up to the whatever open seat I can find if there is one.
Mr. Melius will walk over. Are you a regular here, or is this the first time you've been out of character?
I'm gonna say it's probably like the first time he's been. He's been more adventuring, like in the woods, and it's right up next to Montgomery's house most of the time. So,
Mr. Miles will say, "How's your papa?
huh?
How's your papa?" And he'll set out a glass in front of you.
Oh, Papal's doing pretty good.
Oh yeah, hadn't crashed that boat of his into the shoreline again.
Probably. I haven't
Uh,
talked to him in a couple of days.
all right. Well, what do you have, little one?
Do you have any vanilla extract?
Vanilla extract. You been
Yes.
you been whizzing around? What you been doing? Talking about vanilla extract. What do you need that for?
Well, I need it for a cake that I'm making, and I don't have vanilla extract, and all the restaurants or all the stores that I would buy it from, according to some people that I know, are closed.
Is
So
this about that king's cake? Huh.
yeah, I tried to make it out of fish, but they wouldn't let me.
Well, from what I hear, the Wildwooders are planning on making a cake as well. Could be a problem for you because I hear, at least I heard whispers when they were talking earlier, that they mean to make it terrible. Said they were going to put fish in it and whatnot. So make a statement about anarchy, wages, modern art, or something else.
Hmm, that's weird. I don't know why they would do that. That's a weird idea.
Yeah, they were talking about putting a red herring into it, making a red herring velvet cake. Hold the velvet.
Huh.
That's weird, huh?
That that's
Yeah.
definitely not a normal idea.
What
That's
did you want to drink? Garum, please. That's probably a joke that only hits with me. Does anybody else know what garum is? No? Okay. It's fish oil.
Yeah, fucking fish oil
Yeah.
Roman dressing. I do have some in my fucking
Okay.
cabinet.
Oh, I didn't hear you laughing because it wasn't getting past the noise
I was
gate.
muted. No, I was
Oh,
100%
okay.
muted. Like I fucking know
Oh.
exactly what it was. Sorry.
It's a great joke. Don't worry about it, Brent. Sorry. Ask you what you'd like to drink. And for serious, I don't have any vanilla extract, but I know somebody who might.
Okay. Okay.
Old Miss Grundy. Uh, she's a human. Lives over there in the village, Lesser Cantrip. Um, she might be able to give you some. Maybe they'd be asleep though. Kind of late.
I would definitely have to check that out. I'll turn to the rest of the group. They're like, hey guys, there's none here, but I have a lead on where we can get some. I yell across the bar instead of just walking up to them.
I'll say that at least one of you would have been able to get close enough to overhear that whole conversation, and the other two are basically being informed otherwise. Who would like to be the one that muscled in closer?
Unless someone else wants to, I would say that
Too late to
you
you.
would be fairly regular.
Yeah, you're the guy.
Okay.
And basically, after he's done serving and talking with the pup, he kind of, like, even before, like, he looks at you and kind of gives you, like, a be patient kind of nod. And then once he's handled Reed, kind of moves over to you and already just starts pouring your, whatever you normally get. You're like, oh God, what was the name of the really lovable guy from Cheers?
Norm.
Yeah, you're the norm of the party, I think. But yeah, pours you your drink, no problem.
Well, I just like because he's also curmudgeonly, so they
Yeah.
just grunt at each other.
Yeah, it's like a uh-huh kind of situation. But do you have any
Yeah.
questions performed via grunt or otherwise that you'd like to engage with the barkeep about?
You said what was I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch what was the name of the group that's trying to fuck
Wild
with the king?
Wooders. So that would be people who live in
Wild.
the Wildwood. So it could mean that it has to do with the people with the salts. Could be scuffle. Could be yeah, folks around there.
He's like, well, they train to fuck around with things like that. We might be good if we make sure we actually make a good cake. Would you have any vanilla liquor that we could,
No, yeah.
purchase or?
Your friend asked for the extract, so no.
Yeah, or
I mentioned old Miss Grundy, probably your only shot. To be honest,
nah.
the best I can give you is a port with a slight vanilla taste to it, but I don't think it's actually vanilla, almond or something.
Could I give it a try?
Sure, I code switched. You
I heard that.
you take a sip of the port, and it is not what we want.
Okay. He's like, no, this disgusting.
Well, it's yours now. Does this like gesture? I'm just kidding. He corks it back and puts it back on the shelf.
Willie would lean over to Shelby and say, "Maybe we should find a beaver. I hear something is vanilla with them. I want to know if anyone catches what that means."
No, I'm on
Yeah,
board.
I know
Tom
what
does.
that means. Talking about like beaver tail extract.
Yep.
Let's go murder a beaver. That's
You know,
good.
it could be consensual.
What?
Oh, that's so strange. The beaver dam fell over. Organized riverbed crime. Some vanilla flavor.
You learn something new every day. Thank you for that, Chandler. I googled it because I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking about?
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
us the tail, see? No guitar, except for you. We need your tail.
So a quick note, as you are kind of winding away from that, it's kind of getting a little bit later in an hour. It's going to be a situation where at this point you're going to decide whether or not you want to make it with the vanilla extract, use a pour substitute, or not. So whatever you decide to do at this point, we're going to have a we're getting sleepy roll for everybody but Willie.
Woo!
Newts are nocturnal as well.
Oh, if you got nocturnal, yeah, you do not need to make a roll for this first one here. So are we going to old Miss Grundy in the village, or are we going straight to work?
I feel like we gotta go for the extract.
Gotta make it right.
It's what's gonna set it over the top.
It's gonna set it over the
'Cause
top.
I'm gonna accidentally spill the whole bottle in there.
Yeah, yeah, and a fish, and
And the fish.
that's what's gonna win
They're
the
not gonna
day.
know it, but
Can
like
we-
randomly,
do-
they're gonna be like,
Can we do both?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
Can like two of us start cooking
What if
while two
we-
of us go get the fucking vanilla extract?
What if we did?
Yes,
You know me, I
Um,
love to split the fucking party, baby.
I'm cool with that. But John, what's your idea? Sorry, there's two trains coming at me, and I gotta jump in front of one at a time. What is the thing you're gonna say, John?
honey
Honey?
might be a good substitute. Maybe maple syrup or like a flavorful bourbon.
Not hearing a lot of yays and
Right.
woo-hoos to honey.
We're at a
Sound,
pub. I don't know.
yeah, honey liqueur you could definitely get. It's called mead. It's actually honey wine. Not a hard sell to get it, but it might be a hard sell to everybody else to utilize it because we're making a chocolate strawberry cake. The vanilla extract feels like it fits. The honey may not be a match. Depends on if you want to go for it. I mean, I'm okay with either way.
Maybe if we have to pivot past this.
Okay. So then,
Since I hear no yeas or nays.
splitting the group, we had two parties. What was the party alignment there, Newt? I mean,
Oh, I didn't
Shall we?
pick the party alignment. I just threw out the concept of splitting it.
yep. So
I
one
think
one team's going to return the items back to the house, or get the items to Reed's house, and then the other team is going
And I
to go get
imagine
the.
Reed is on that team.
Yeah, well, Reed would have to be. Yeah, it's his house.
I'm going with
Yeah.
Reed. We're gonna start cooking.
Okay. Yeah, you have the bike, so that makes the most sense. And then it would be Shelby and Montgomery making their way to the village at this late hour. Okay. So,
Working our
Does that
way
make
down.
sense?
I
yeah.
think the bike should definitely go towards the village so you
That's-
can get back
yeah,
faster with.
No,
That's-
Yeah.
that doesn't make sense because it's late. And if you drive around
Okay.
on a motorcycle at night,
Oh,
It's gonna be loud, yeah.
nobody's going to be a fan of that. I made specifically like a point that you were being as quiet as could be, but it was still noticeable.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That makes
Um,
sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. Bad,
So this
bad.
bike has just loud pipes. Just
Oh, no, yeah.
obnoxious.
Yeah, and I assume like the bat is like a huge fan of it because it's like it's echoing out and like creating a sound wave that they're able to
I can
detect.
see.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's the only way I
He's
can
on like
see.
a-
It's just straight
like a
pipe
friggin' hog.
right to the left and
Yeah.
right of the
Yeah,
pipe.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, oh hell yeah. Huge fan. So the two parties separate, you'll have two different kind of situations that are going to arise from you. But at this point, all deeds that are made at this point will have a +1 modifier for oddness. You're driving around, you're walking around, it's late. It's definitely very strange. Also, there is a chance that you might get sleepy during the periods of the cake creation once that begins, during like the baking and the cooling segments of that process. So we'll discuss how that'll work when we get to it. But there is a chance that people just all out and out just pass out as they're working. It's late. And those of you that are nocturnal, you still have kind of a. I think one of you said, not both of you, so the news probably fine. but the bat said that they kind of trained themselves to be more operational during the day. So we'll keep that in
Think
mind.
of a second shifter.
Yeah, yeah. You're basically waking up at like 11 or noon, like, and then
Yeah.
making your day. So
Still staying into the evening, but
yeah,
two in the morning is about the maximum.
yeah. So like you'll get sleepier later than like the other two non-nocturnal individuals, but you'll still eventually get sleepy towards the like end of the morning. Okay. So um,
Except for
go ahead,
I
John.
was just saying we're all nocturnal except for no, we're all nocturnal
Oh, the batters are nocturnal
technically.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense
Is
in
it
my
just
head.
is it just Reed? Is it just Reed that's not
Oh,
nocturnal?
I'm nocturnal.
What?
Oh my God, we're all not. I am the only one who's not actually nocturnal. The bat. Hell yeah. I'll be
What?
useless at some point. Thank you.
What is going on? No, if you guys are all hanging
Hell
out,
yeah.
No,
then you probably aren't staying up super late. Like if it's this is the group. Otters are nocturnal? I don't even know
Yeah,
what.
yeah.
I imagine like that second role will kind of matter because we're all like in that second shift kind of thing
Well,
as
Yeah.
and we've also been
nocturnals.
running
Like,
around.
We'll
we've been running
We've
around
also
since
been
the
running
mid
around.
afternoon. Like
we'll lock in
at
there
like 2 o'clock in the morning, we're still gonna get tired.
for sure. You've also been working hard, baking and running around for sure. For sure. Yeah, I get you.
Yep.
So to the village, you go to old Miss Grundy's house. Very easy for you to find. They're marked. They have the names, etc. And you'd actually see that she's kind of temperamental looking, sitting on her porch, and her arms are crossed. And as you approach the house, you can hear this just loud. It sounds like geese, kind of like just absolutely going ape bananas uh, behind the house.
Guess I'll walk up and say, "I would still just track it then."
Ugh, it's the Visigoths.
That's a problem.
I've
Also, hi. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
been having trouble with them, trying to get them back into their pens, and they won't listen. They're being bad tempered. I just need them to go to sleep. The neighbors are all mad. You can see their lights are still on. It's very difficult.
Oh, you can't have that. Can we? Can't
No.
have that.
What are you here? Who are you again?
I am Montgomery Abernathy.
A pleasure.
We
Shelby Cobblewobble.
was the good.
Shelby Collywobble. I've heard that name before. Huh. Well, nice to meet you. And if you're about to suggest some help, then I'll be indebted to you.
I
Hey,
suppose
sure,
we
I
can do
can.
that,
I
can't
can.
we?
I'll go up back and take a look.
Yeah,
He rolls up his sleeves.
the two of you kind of
Walks
wander
over.
back there, and there are a bunch of geese just absolutely going nuts over what appears to be the last remnants of corn pile. I think geese eat corn
Sure, why not?
or bread. It's like little tufts of bread. Do geese eat corn? No one knows you're Googling. It's okay.
See, this is why I needed Thwomp.
Yeah, it's totally fine for geese. It's totally fine for geese. But yeah, they're absolutely going crazy. Um, you're both there. If you want to discuss how you're going to do it, what you're going to do to push them into
Wait,
their
are these
space.
like geese or geese
Geese,
people
geese.
or
They
geese?
are geese, geese. The person outside has geese, and apparently she raises them. And these ones are kind of like they're out and about, but they seem to be a bit more energetic than they should be for this late hour. And that's why she's mad because they won't go back to their pen.
I I have an idea, but it's a bit, mm, let's say, bold.
Hey, lay it on me.
If I sort of get behind them and aim, and you kind of angle them towards the pen, if I flash my camera, maybe that'll scare them back into their hiding place, and they'll be put away. Hmm?
Anyway, shot. Or distract them long enough for me to grab some of the food and throw it in the pen.
I suppose I could do that. So I'll try to distract the geese and
Oh,
get their attention.
The two of
Oh,
you
yep.
are going to roll a d4 to see which stat we're going to be utilizing. I like where we're at so far, and then we'll kind of describe what you've described into what you got. So Shelby, that's Bother. I think that fits perfectly. Um, also
Baby.
a stellar roll.
That is also Pother for me.
Pother Part 2, the legend continues. Go ahead with your Pother roll. D6, add Pother, any situational bonuses. Also, the difficulty is increased by 1 due to it just kind of getting. Oh, no, Nocturnal. Never mind. First one is ignored. Um, so roll a D6.
Damn, I can't. I can't use this.
Believe in yourself.
I'm just seeing if I have anything that I can.
Oh, any of your stuff. Gotcha, gotcha. I
We
think.
couldn't.
Go ahead.
I have one called physical culture, but
What does it say?
it relates to using it relates to just being strong. It seems, or like like using a human hammer,
If you're
carrying a parcel.
if you're wanting to use it, I will say that the chances of you
I
becoming
would.
tired later will be increased.
Okay, I'll roll with it.
You want to go with that?
No, I won't.
You sure? Because I like it flavor wise.
Why?
I'm just letting you
Nah, I should.
know because you're kind of like instead of just kind of angling them, you're like if they kind of stray away, you're like picking up a goose and kind of like again, you're a badger, right? Like so you're not like picking it up and carrying
I'd be
it.
able
You're
to grab him by the neck.
yeah,
Just throw him.
yeah, just like or pick them up
I'll let it.
like Link picks up like a pot and just chuck it.
Yep.
You don't want to do it too much because if they get upset, more of them will appear and just like attack you.
Yeah. Yeah, they'll fly from the outside the borders of the screen.
Yeah, flavor wise, I like it, but if you don't want to risk the fact that you'd be getting tired later on, that's up to you.
No, I'll risk it because I'm normally not going to be cooking. So
+1 to the roll then.
I needed it.
So, is that with the +1 or no?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay, okay. That's still good. I think.
The Pother is a 4.
Um, so I'd say that the base difficulty, yeah, I think that's actually going to fail. 10 is the difficulty. So what that means is after the fact, you can utilize your animality or poetry range. So if you want to raise the number, which I believe that is the case, then we would be running into you spending points. Let me see here. Why is my brain not remembering where this goes? Um, so challenge stat plus knack rolls plus sense and charm, AP penalties. Those are not present because you don't have that. Okay, hold on. Sorry, folks.
You said this is a AP of 10.
You can buy the needed points by taking an animal/poetry points, then rolling A/P die per point bought and moving along the AP range. So what you would be doing is adding 2, which means that you would increase this factor to urgency, meaning this is a very urgent deed that needs to be done as quickly as possible. And in doing so, you would raise it to the point that you require to get it to um, the position that you want. And in kind of completing that process, you would move yourself on the animal/poetry range, either up poetry or down animality. So do you think this would make you more animalistic or more kind
Like,
of reserved and kind of like nuanced, like more person like?
oh, he's trying to wrangle something. I assume that'd
Yeah,
be more animalistic. When
for sure. So then, yeah, you're gonna go ahead and drop down from the normal start position on the AP range to a -2. So just put minus
what
two
is
AP. When you get to certain tiers of the animal poetry range, you're going to basically go into a more animalistic form on the animal side, or go into a more kind of like um, not human, but more kind of just like in your own mind kind of position. Poetry is what it's called. Um, so in this process, you have lowered yourself to a -2, and the absolute animality, like when you kind of click and switch, is -8.
okay? That's fine.
Yeah. So success. The two of you work the plan out as you just described. Get behind them with a camera, a bunch of geese butts in the frame. Boom! Huge flash gets sent out. Meanwhile, you can see that some of them try to escape away from the barn and kind of get to other parts of the you know fenced-in area that they're in, and that requires Montgomery to kind of go over, grapple with them, fighting for his life and chucking them into the box. It's actually more than likely the case that due to the panic state of them and the absolute like physicality that's required for Montgomery to engage the process as planned, it's actually Shelby who will be kind of grabbing the corn off the ground and throwing it after them for the charm effect, based on Shelby's insanely well rolled dice. Um, okay. That said, um, after your success, she says she owed you a favor. You ask her for the vanilla extract, and she says, "Oh yes, I have a bottle. No problem. You can take it and perhaps bring it next time. Maybe if you just want to visit, or if you want to see the geese again." She says with kind of like a joke and kind of swing on the pronunciation of the sentence. Seems like she's trying to tell a joke.
Hey, maybe I'll take you up on that. Maybe not the geese, but maybe just a visit.
Thank you so much for your help. And
Of course, not that.
after dispensing the vanilla extract, she will head into her house with a contented look on her face. Um, you're not long back. You'd arrive at Reed's house. I'd say we're getting close to like 11 p.m. So late, as we understand it, but for nocturnal creatures, obviously not so bad. And then we get to the process of the cake cooking. So one of you will be the cake king, if you will, and that individual is going to be our main roller of dice. Now, something you've been able to ask me beforehand, and I again didn't mention it because I'm a bad storyteller for this. I'm doing well. I'm doing okay. The target number is something that you would know. There are penalties that you can acquire that would mean you would never know what they are. It's actually a mechanic in the game. But I want to make sure that you're clear that if you ask me what the target number is, and if I don't dispense it, please just ask me. I am actually supposed to tell you. So for the cake, there's a series of different tiers, right? Obviously, there's really bad, which the Wildwooders seem to be going for intentionally, right? There's okay, there's above the average, and then there's medallion winning cake. I'll let you know off the jump that the number to win on this roll is going to be a 13. However, due to the time that's involved in this process, and also the tiredness that's involved in this process, we're going to do a little bit of time shenanigans here. Very British of us to do so. Doctor Who fans know what I'm talking about. The rolls for tiredness will happen first. And then we'll know at sequence when you will basically be kaput or not. There will be a total of, because of your nocturnal nature, only one roll. But each of you will have to make one. With that said, you're going to roll a d6 just by itself. And on a 1 through 3, you will get tired. That will increase the difficulty for this test.
Awesome. Also, I vote that Brent is the roller.
It is his stove.
You're each rolling one. Sorry, you're each rolling one, and yours is independent of each other. However, this isn't a stat roll, but I am going to do something.
He's talking.
Huh?
I'm talking about for the cake.
Oh,
You're talking about the
For the
cake.
cake.
got you. I understand.
Cake.
The cake. So I want to explain something to you. You can shift your AP to increase this dice roll. It is not a stat roll, so that's not normally allowed. But I am going to be kind of more than fair. But in doing so, you'll be lowering you're increasing your you're going the poetry side to increase this dice roll, not the animality.
No, I'm just a sleepy boy.
You go on sleepies, okay. What about you, Reed?
I'm just a sleepy boy.
You're not going to increase your dice roll with AP at all? No? So you're either increasing your AP or you're adding a +1 to the difficulty of the roll for the cake. I want to make sure that's clear.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'll take the plus
putting-
1.
Oh.
Okay.
I
So
think he needs what? You said
you
above
need
a 3?
Yeah, you need to get a.
No, I mean the plus 1 to the roll for the cake.
Oh, okay, got you. All right.
Yeah, I'm
that's
just
the
a
correct
tired boy.
option.
And what about you,
That fish
Chandler?
is looking rather tempting.
You're staying with make the cake harder
I'm
to make.
sticking with it.
Okay. Well, we're not winning any prizes here. Nobody's putting in the effort. Let's go ahead and see.
Oh no, I believe in his rolling ability.
Go ahead and roll a d6, Zach, and also John.
Brent, I just picture us getting back to your place
Somebody's.
and looking at each other and realizing, like, man, we got up too early this morning. Didn't have our coffee yet. I look over. I go, do you have coffee? Or last time I came over, you forgot to stock some. Did you tell me you have coffee?
I do have coffee
Oh, thank God.
and sugar to put in it.
And they sit there and their coffees are undrank and they just fall asleep in the chairs as they take a second to kind of like go for it. So dealing with the sleepy tires, and I mean they do get some coffee in them, but they're kind of zombie dragging like throughout the end process. I'm going to go ahead and say that the difficulty will be +2. So the winning victory, if you wish to win the medallion, you need a 15 total on your check. And now keep in mind, you can still kind of put in points, go a little ham on the animality and poetry route. So it's still an option. Are we sure it's Montgomery? That's the roller?
What?
Reed is the roller.
Reed's the roller.
Reed's unconscious.
Well,
It's got to be Shelby or Montgomery.
Oh, I thought that just added a penalty. I did not realize that
Well,
made you.
no,
incapable of
you know what? You're right. I did say it that way, so I'm actually going to go ahead and say, because someone said Montgomery, so I didn't think there needed to be any clarification, but that was obviously a bit. So whoever wants to be the roller can be the roller. Sorry. I don't want to step out of the implication that I made.
Well, I was just saying that because we're the only two able to cook right now because they're still at the other place.
No. They would have
So I was
arrived.
like, if one of
Sorry,
us,
no. They would have arrived at 11, is what I was trying to insinuate there. And
oh,
they are basically like you guys have got together in front of the oven. You have all the ingredients. The preparatory work has already been banged out by the two of you, the ones who will get tired. Um,
yeah,
and um, yeah, the matter at hand now stands that you are preparing the cake throughout the night. Sorry. That was my fault there. Um, and to be sure, too, Montgomery, your dice roll was perfect. It was a 5 through 6 for you to stay conscious. So you are definitely full on powering through this because of your fight with the geese earlier. But no, yeah, they arrive.
I guess
But
I guess I can be the roller
anybody can
unless
be.
you want to. Toby?
Wait, as long as I roll a 2, I'm comfy rolling, but I'd have to roll a 2 to roll intrepidity. If I don't roll intrepidity, I lose because everything else is dead.
Well, yeah, I
John,
need to roll. What?
I was going to ask how your skills were.
Mhm.
I have an 8 in sense and a 6 in intrepidity.
Oh no.
Everything else is a
Hey,
4.
Shelby, are you a specialist in anything, or are you a jack of all trades?
Pother.
Yeah, if you can,
And we can force
you
Pother.
can force Pother.
Yep.
Shelby, my boy, can you, while I get so sleepy in this recliner that Reed set up for me, can you please cook that cake?
Yeah, please.
You made fun of my cooking earlier. I don't suppose you want to apologize for anything before I start cooking for you, sir?
I'll tell you 1,000 times I'm sorry if you win that medallion, and only once if we don't.
Deal.
I imagine like grabbing a hand towel off of the thing and using it as an apron, um, like getting cook ready. Don't want to mess up the suit.
Takes the jacket off, puts an apron on over top of the like collared shirt.
Yeah, and vest. Hell yeah. Then I just need. I'm going back to see how you what it said to do to force Pother. I'm summoning Pother is what it's called. Summoning Pother. You will be subjected to a summoning Pother side effect. Cool. Okay, so go ahead and roll Pother for me. The target number we're looking for is 15. And remember, you can go on the track. In the process of making the cake, it's going to be poetry that will increase. So
That's crazy.
if you want
I
to
don't think I can do it.
spend, hold on. First things first. Let's deal with the summoning Pother a bit, so I don't forget
Well, there was a way to force intrepidity.
or pronounce it
DDD.
or pronounce it. You know.
I'll never get that part, but I can force it.
Summoning Pother side effects table. Control find summoning Pother side effect table. God, it mentions it a lot, but where's this table? I apologize. Bear with me here. Oh, failure side effects table. Got it. And then huh. You can't make it to 15 with yeah, because you
No, I
can't
know.
increase by that amount. Got it.
Yeah,
Um,
I failed.
mhm.
Happens.
This is a Pother fail on a sway. Immediately after this failure, as a new sway deed, you blither and beg at the target of the original deed with a -1 penalty to your D6 roll. It doesn't make sense.
I don't think there's a way you would have been able to do it.
I could have rolled a 6, gotten a 13, and then +2 poetry points.
That would have
That
worked.
was the only way it was happening.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
It
again,
was very, very, very unlikely for me to hit a 15, and because
that's
Potter's my
that's
stat.
to win the whole prize. To do well and get like recognition, you just need over a 10 or a 10 or more. So if you want to spend 1, you could get
I
there.
could spend 1. I'm happy to spend 1
Yeah.
poetry.
Go ahead and do so. And then, so this won't be considered a failure then. So then there will be no failure side effect. Summoning Pother, D4 result. You are in. Okay, I think I understand this a bit better now. There's the chart. So the summoning Pother side effect. So for summoning Pother to force the Pother roll, this was a sway, and you need to roll a D4. This actually might balance itself out. This is very funny.
You said a D4.
Yes, please.
2.
So yeah, this is hilarious. So with a summoning Pother, you get after initially failing a deed, if your Pother score exceeds that of your challenge stat, which it doesn't, because Pother was your challenge stat, you may choose to summon Pother. Oh, I see. So you change it after the roll. Good to know for future reference. Pother then becomes your new challenge stat for the deed. You cannot summon Pother if you roll Pother randomly as the challenge stat for this deed, or if the random stat you rolled is higher than your Pother score. Got it. If you summon Pother, there will always be a side effect. After succeeding at the deed, you roll a d4. We get the effect. The effect in this one is you take 2 points of animality on the AP scale, which means you slide back down to 0, because it's a sliding chart. So you did well on the rolls there for what happens. I would say that you kind of get like into yourself, and there's like this very kind of base kind of like, this is the greatest cake that's ever been made, and you're just very flighty and like over the top about this cake and how well you're doing at it. And then towards the end of it, like gravity settles in, and you realize this is a serviceable cake. I don't think it'll win.
Hmm.
Unless you have thoughts of how you want to kind of narratively kind of describe that shift in that way.
Like, it's not that it's bad. It doesn't taste bad. It's just dense.
Yeah.
It's a thick, dense. Oh, like the texture is wrong, and so it's definitely not a prize-winning cake. But maybe we can sculpt it and cover it with fondant and like do some cake boss shit to it and make it alright. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Like as you kind of like realize like the actual cake itself is like kind of a depressing bit. The rest of the process is more like, the mouthfeel is off, but you feel like the eye feel should be good. Love that. And that'll get that to that point. Then actually you'd be -1 animality because you spent the 1 point of, so it's still a weird shift, but anyway. Okay, so you have the cake, you box it up, right? I'd say temporally, it is early. In the morning, you would then want to get the cake to the train as quickly as possible. Um, Anything that you want to utilize to get you to the station?
I have my own bicycle,
Okay.
so I can just ride the bike to the station.
And are you the one carrying the cake?
My bicycle should have a basket that I can secure it in.
Okay.
It's a cute little like giant wheel or like kind of thing with a cute basket in the front.
Love that. Okay. Um, I don't think there would be any complications on the way. If you're riding a bike, I don't think there's much in the way that can kind of like, mess with you.
Yeah, I stick to the streets. I don't mess with much.
For sure. Yeah, I'm having a very hard time imagining someone kind of riding at the very early hours of the morning, under the very like minuscule amount of light, but very capable of doing so because of your nocturnal nature. Um, I don't see a problem with you arriving at the train station without issue. There are human folk that are present there who are seemingly collecting cakes from mostly other humans, but you would see a couple of individuals you know as wildwooders. They are handing over a pink colored box of a cake. Um, Kind of imagine I can't remember the name of the movie. Budapest Hotel, or Hotel Budapest, whichever. That kind of box is what they're handing.
Grand Budapest Hotel, I
Grand
believe.
Budapest Hotel. Sorry.
Oh.
You would see them hand over a box similar to that, which, again, if rumors are to be true, is full of a terrible fish cake. Or perhaps in some people's tastes, an otter, an amazing fish cake. Um, and yeah, the matter at hand, passing it over is no issue. They'll take it and they'll load it up on the train. The situation after, um, you kind of all let out well, everybody else is probably sleeping back at Reed's house, but you on your bike kind of let out a exasperated, sigh of relief, getting everything there in time and make it back to, are you heading back to Reed's or to your own house?
I imagine at this point, Shelby would head back to his house.
Okay. You go ahead to sleep. When you awaken, everybody kind of like probably tries to get back together at Shelby's house. The next couple days are pretty uneventful, but there's also this kind of tension. Like obviously in Shelby's mind, the cake's probably not going to win a medallion. But in the other people's minds, maybe they're a little bit more deluded, or maybe they have some delusions of grandeur, what have you. What are your thoughts? Do you think it's like a tense time for you as you're wondering, waiting for word back from the king and the judges from France? Or like, how are the next couple of days for you?
Um, at least for Shelby, I imagine he's a nervous wreck because he knows what he did and just like isn't prepared for a great outcome.
I think for Montgomery, he would be more worried about those fucks over in the Wildwood, worried about what their cake and the king's reaction will be to that.
Absolutely. What about for Willie?
Yeah, I mean, he'd basically be waiting to see how many times he has to say sorry about your cooking to the newt, to his good friend over there. So he would be thinking about that while trying to get all the road dust and everything out of the bike after such a late couple evenings.
And then you were really just trying to make sure there was a good showing from the animal folk of RiverBank that was put forward on display. I mean, other folk in nearby areas and parishes were putting forward their best efforts, and it didn't seem like anybody else in town was taking up the gauntlet to make a statement for, um, you know, your community. And a brave effort, a brave effort in a kitchen that, I doubt, um, Shelby and the others have cooked in before.
Oh
But
yeah. Shelby was not prepared to be the one cooking. Everybody else just passed out.
yeah, for the most part,
And with the time,
and the time like constraint, like you realized a little late. I mean, you probably realized it a couple days ago, but then kind of just like finally got the muster to bring everybody together. Busy and whatnot.
Of course, it's hard to coordinate
Yeah,
when you don't have cell phones.
we don't have cell phones. Um, you know, um, but you are able to kind of hold your head up a bit high, as when the mail comes in next, and also the newspapers from the village come to you. What you'll note is that the post office man delivers to you specifically, Newt, because I assume that your address was on the box since it was sent out from there effectively. But you receive a parchment that appears to be a small little package from Buckingham Palace. Do you open it yourself, or do you wait for the others to attend?
Ooh, Shelby's too nervous to open it by himself. Shelby's gonna wait for the others to show up.
I'm sure,
He
like,
can't bear
there's,
the pressure of being the only one to know the news.
I think too, like, there's probably like this, like, counter to the brain's desires not to know. There's like this, like, feeling of the package, right? Like a kind of like trying to figure out if there's something in there that's a medallion or not. And you're not sure if it's a medallion, but there's something in there. Like there's definitely something physical and like pretty solid in there. But you call together the group as best you can. They arrive at your house a couple days out from that fateful Saturday morning, and you stand around in the sitting room. You have the package.
Would
Open it up, then.
any would anyone else like to, or must I? He's like kind of sweating, dabs his forehead with a handkerchief.
Montgomery will just grab it, start ripping it open.
Okay. Very quickly, just kind of deftly placing your claw in, because I think the handyman in you isn't going to be like, you're going to be precise, right? You're going to be efficient. Claw cuts open the top, pop that bad boy open, and inside you pull out a parchment and what appears to be a red wax seal with a beautiful, like, ribbon on it. It appears to be a ribbon that is colored blue, which everybody would kind of indicate as being kind of like a second place or like a runner-up kind of color for this kind of competition. It's assumed that the medallion would have been red with gold trimming, and the medallion would have replaced the red wax seal that been made of gold or something nice. And the parchment states that there's a very kind of like, formal thank you for participation, and your cake was exceptional. And there appears to be, like, it seems like this is all kind of typeset out, like they actually used a typesetter to kind of put out the formal bit, which you assume everybody who kind of was positioned on this would have gotten that. But at the very bottom of the note, below the signature, there is a PS, and it is handwritten cursive, which Brent wouldn't even be able to read. Um, it seems
I
to
can
be,
read half of it.
it seems to be a very personal note that says, "I really enjoyed the texture, but the other judges weren't as fond." And then it would be a French name. It's Jean Le Separant de Dupré.
So it wasn't Paul Hollywood. Damn.
Paul Hollywood. Oh, sorry, Paul Hollywood.
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 You just say it more French.
Hollywood.
And
Hollywood.
you read the note aloud, Montgomery?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you folks respond to the reading of the note?
So I'm betting first place was the fish cake.
I highly doubt that, but getting an exceptional from the palace is not bad.
Not
We
not bad.
actually tried and tried to fuck with them, so hopefully they understand that we, you don't want to be in the bad graces of the king.
That's fair. That's fair. So when does it say on there that, and you shouldn't read it, when they're giving out the cakes?
To the poor. This motherfucker thought for real. No, they're giving them to the poor in London. On the Thames. They're passing them out to the folk on the Thames. Not you. You don't give me cake.
Damn it.
I only got into this whole situation because I was promised cake. Someone just shoves a frosting spoon in his mouth. Oh, perfection. The uh, humans in the village are very considerate to a lot of folks, as the actual celebration of the king's birthday takes place obviously today. And there is a little bit of a party, and there's a commiseration. Like they have a bunch of small cakes, leftover batter that they fried up into, treats, and candied violets and the like. And it seems that they are all very kind of like, happy and jovial during this time. Obviously, the animals of the town are invited as well. The Wildwooders are notably absent if you do attend. Um, and you kind of just, you know, revel in the party before that, and then receive the notice that you did better than you thought. Um, so you have a pretty good amount of, you know, delicious treats to last you a while. Doesn't seem like the next holiday or festival is going to be for a while yet. Um, but you, as a group, take a bit of pride. Who takes up the red wax seal, and do you put it in your house on display?
Nobody
I mean,
baked
if no
cake.
one wants it, I would happily.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't sound like there's any contest.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'd put it up in
Well,
my
you're
garage above where I store the bike.
So the next holiday, as you understand it, is the Parliament of the Birds, which I am having a little bit of a difficult time finding information on. But that will be the next event that kind of happens. Um, Before such time, life is pretty boring, and pretty calm, cozy, if you will. Um, and your group has done well in this very short, very hastily thrown together kind of just absolute crazed dash to make sure that there was a delicious cake sent to the king. That's all I got for this session. I know we ended a little early. My timing's off a little bit on this, and obviously there's some things that I think I need to kind of review again. Again, I am currently running from the book reading itself, from the one session I played, and what little information in kind of YouTube videos I was able to find. Not a lot of RiverBank content yet for me to kind of follow after, but I think everybody did great. Very good session. We're going to pick up next time with the next holiday. I think that's the route we're going to do it, a very episodic series of stories, um, as we move through the King of Cakes. Um, Thanks for watching.
They're going to be a little.
Oh,
Sorry.
go ahead.
Yeah, they're going to have a little bit of preparation this time.
Yes, absolutely. There will definitely be a bit more preparation for sure. You'll know the thrust of the story before we do the between times, so your between times can actually have preparation for the next event. Um, so yeah, I thought it interesting to do the first one as kind of a scramble. Um, anyway, Thanks for watching those that did, and we will see you next week as we continue with RiverBank. And I'll have music next time, so that'll also be cool. Thanks for watching.